Hello there, to you who are sitting here with me in this moment. Perhaps right now you are driving, doing housework, or simply lying still, looking up at the ceiling and letting your mind drift for a while. You know, there is a very interesting truth about sound. If you listen closely to your own heart in the early morning, when everything is still drowsy, you will find it is completely different from your heart late at night. The evening is usually the time when we clean up the fragments of a long day, preparing for rest, for an ending. But in the morning, no matter how deep or calm our voice may be, underneath that foundation, there is always a smoldering joy and anticipation. It is like a flat, still lake, but beneath it is a current of vitality waiting to rise. How long has it been since you felt that foundational joy? That feeling of hope? That feeling where no matter what happens today, you still see a bit of life flickering at the end of the road. We are often too busy to realize these subtle changes in our own souls. We let life pass by like a habit, much like the way many of us use a computer. Have you noticed? There are people who own extremely powerful computers, processing every task in the blink of an eye, yet they still have a very strange habit. Every time they return to the home screen, they right-click and select Refresh repeatedly. Sometimes they press the F5 key until it is worn down. When asked why, they usually answer, "It is just a habit, but doing it feels chill. It feels like everything is being cleaned up again." That need to refresh is not actually a need of the computer. It is a spiritual need of the human being. We always crave a sense of freshness. Whether your life is going well or not, whether your life's computer is running fast or frozen stiff, it seems that deep in our blood, everyone wants to renew themselves. In older versions of operating systems years ago, people translated the word refresh as make fresh. I absolutely love this phrase. Making life fresh. It evokes the feeling of a young sprout being watered after a harsh sunny day or a cool breeze blowing through. But what is the reality? Most of us are living in an alarming loop. Waking up, picking up the phone, surfing the news, going to work, facing familiar faces, solving old troubles, then coming home, eating, and sinking back into the virtual world before going to sleep. This repetition is more dangerous than we think. It creates a state called exhaustion within comfort. You are not lacking material things, but you lack being alive. You feel like an observer of your own life rather than the one directly steering the ship. When the repetition lasts long enough, we begin to fall into a state of causeless sadness. That sadness does not come from a specific event. It comes from the fact that your soul is screaming to be made fresh. So, how do we find the F5 button for our lives without needing to do something too grand or crazy? I often share a simple formula. Try something that meets two criteria. First, it must be new to you, and second, it must be safe. These two criteria might seem contradictory, but they are a wonderful balance. New, to stimulate the brain, to create new neural connections, to let you see that you still have the capacity to learn. And safe, so that you do not fall into a state of panic or face unnecessary financial or mental risks. It is about controlled growth. Think about cooking, for example. For many, cooking is a burden, a chore that must be done every day. But if you have never truly cooked a proper meal, try looking at it as an F5 experiment. Why do I advise you to cook? Because it is a rare activity that forces you to mobilize all of your senses. You have to look at the vibrant colors of the vegetables to know if they are still fresh. You have to hear the sizzling sound of food. You have to smell the aroma of garlic and onions when they start to brown. You have to touch every piece of meat, every grain of rice, and finally you get to taste your achievement. It is a process of total presence. While you are chopping onions, while you are waiting for the water to boil, your mind has no room for anxieties about the future or regrets about the past. You are just there, with that dish, in that very specific moment. And you know what? The joy of renewal is often contagious. Maybe at first you only cooked out of curiosity, but then you discover another joy, the joy of taking care of the people you love. You see your loved ones eating the dish you cooked with relish, and suddenly all the tiredness vanishes. That is exactly how life is made fresh from the smallest things. Don't let yourself be fooled by the virtual world and the social media apps. In this day and age, just picking up your phone and scrolling through a few short videos makes you feel like you have known the whole world. You see people traveling, you see people cooking delicious food, you see people healing in some far-off place, and you imagine that you also understand those things. But what is the truth? You are only watching, not experiencing. The knowledge you gain through a screen is a tiny portion. You don't know what the temperature was like there. You don't feel the smell of the earth after the rain. You don't see the exhaustion yet happiness after a long hike. We are living in a simulation of knowledge. And it is exactly this, thinking I know it all, that makes us arrogant and conservative. A conservative person is someone who thinks they are already enough, that there is nothing left to learn or to try in this world. But in reality, we are all unfinished versions. As long as we are alive, we still have to learn how to become better. Be humble before life. Admit that you don't know much yet. And the only way to know is to start doing. Many people mention the word healing with mockery. They think of it as something luxurious or expensive. But if you understand its true meaning, healing is sometimes just changing your environment a little bit. You don't need expensive resorts. You just need a trip to the countryside, going into the forest with a friend, sitting by a stream, and just breathing. You sit there, observing the flowing water, listening to the birds chirping without needing to take a photo to post on social media. The moment you are truly present with nature, that is when the F5 button inside you works most powerfully. It clears the mind and resets the soul. The periodic repetition of life is sometimes a form of safety, but don't let it become a comfortable prison. Set small challenges for yourself. If you have never planted a tree, try buying a seed to sow. You will learn the lesson of patience. Trees don't grow as fast as you surf the web. It needs time, water, light, and also your quiet attention. When the first green sprout pokes out of the ground, you will feel a surge of energy. It is the joy of creation, the joy of witnessing life emerging from your own hands. Your life is like a work of art in progress. Don't just use the same gray color of habit. Try adding the green of leaves, the red of passion, and colors you once thought didn't suit you. Try learning a new language, even just a few greetings. Try listening to a genre of music you used to dislike. Enter a bookstore and pick a topic you never cared for. Every time you try something new and safe, you send a signal to the universe. I am still alive. I am still open to this world. And the world will respond with strange coincidences and joys you could never plan. Don't wait for your system to freeze to press F5. Refresh your life every day by cherishing morning moments, by daring to try and daring to fail. The real world is always more colorful than what is on your screen. Don't let your life pass in aimless scrolls. Turn off the device, step outside, feel the wind on your skin, hear the bustle of the city or the silence of the countryside. That is where your life truly begins. That is where you find yourself, a fresh version, full of energy and ready for the next journey. You have the right to renew yourself anytime. It is never too late to press refresh. Never too late to start a new hobby. It is never too late to love someone in a new way, or simply to look at yourself with more compassion. I hope you will find that smoldering joy in your heart tomorrow morning when you wake up. I wish you a life that is always made fresh by real experiences. Thank you for sitting here with me. Now, go and start your own journey of renewal. The world is waiting for the freshest version of you to step out and explore.